Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Islam is the religion which we all believe as Muslims. Now, the question arises that what are our duties and responsibilities regarding the propagation and communication of what we consider to be the truth? Since we consider Islam to be the greatest truth that has dawned upon us, that we have accepted, is it our responsibility to communicate this truth far and wide, or is it our responsibility to stay silent about it and let the scholars do what they have to do in this regard? So these are the two extremes which are generally found in our society. There are people who think that Muslims, every common Muslim has this responsibility of going far and wide to every nook and corner as far as it is possible for him to propagate Islam. And there are other people who think that there is no responsibility at all, and the responsibility lies with the ulama or the scholars. And a person who is a Muslim, it is enough if he prays to God and he observes other worship rituals and is a good human being. As far as propagating the truth or Islam is concerned, this is not his responsibility. Now, these are the two extremes which generally exist, and Islam does not condone either of these. What we come to know from the Quran after studying the Quran regarding the responsibilities it has imposed regarding the propagation of Islam vis-a-vis the common man or the masses, we come to know that Islam, the words that Islam uses is Amr bil Maruf and Nahi anil Munkar, or Tawasi bil Haq or Tawasi bil Sabr, which means that what is Ma'ruf should be communicated to the society in one's own immediate environment, and what is Munkar, people should discourage people from adopting Munkar in their own environment. And the word Tawasi bil Haq and Tawasi bil Sabr, the way they are mentioned in Arabic, clearly shows that this should take place in one's immediate atmosphere, in one's immediate environment. One is not required to travel to various countries to discharge its responsibility, and one must also not remain silent regarding these. One has to discharge this duty in one's own immediate environment, one's own family, his friends, his relatives, the people he meets in his workplace. So these are his immediate people who come to know him and who are his who come in this immediate circle. So in this regard, the Maruf and the Munkar, both responsibilities have to be discharged. The Maruf, the word Maruf means everything which is a universal truth, something which is a universal moral truth, and Munkar is something which is universally regarded as immoral. So therefore, the Quran says what are universal truths and what are universal untruths. They have to be Muslims have to be very sensitive about them. They have to convey these truths. They have to convey this morality to their immediate surroundings, and they have also to stop people who indulge in these untruths, on immoral acts. However, in this regard, prudence must be exercised. One must be very, very careful. One must see the circumstances. And the best thing to do in this is to present an example of one's own character. One's own attitude is the best thing. A picture is worth 1,000 words, as they say. So therefore, one has to be an embodiment of the truth that one wants to preach. However, he cannot shirk this responsibility. He cannot say that this responsibility does not lie with him. It does lie with him. Islam has imposed this responsibility. However, this much should be understood, that this responsibility is not to communicate the philosophy, for example, of Islam, or the deep and intricate discussions of Islam. This responsibility is to communicate the basic truths of Islam, and this responsibility is to stop people from committing immoral acts, which of course is something which has not needed any sanction from any other person. It is something which is universally acknowledged. So stopping people from things which are munkar, or which are universally regarded as munkar and universally regarded as evil, is his responsibility. Similarly, trying to urge people to adopt the maruf, which are universal piety, the universal virtues, they are also his responsibilities. However, he must be very prudent, he must be very wise to see whether he has at the right time, when he has the opportune moment to say these words or not. But he cannot say that these are not his responsibilities. They are his responsibilities. And also, as I would like to clarify, and I've done that earlier also, it is not his responsibility to go far and wide in the earth and to communicate this truth that he finds to every person that he comes across. His primary responsibility is to his own atmosphere, his own surroundings, his own immediate circle of friends, relatives, and people he comes to know. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمات.